Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's celebration of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. We're grateful for your presence here today. Before I say a few things about our group, I'd just like to call out the names of our board of directors. And E. Wanja Brown, who is our executive director, Isaac Garrett, Bessie Shelby, Dr. Javis Brown, Dr. Wendy E. Jackson, and Reverend Roderick Murray. 2025 has been a year of challenges for the mission of the Martin Luther King Committee of Santa Barbara, which is to foster positive relationships between the many diverse groups in the Santa Barbara community and the surrounding areas. And we do this by presenting and promoting events which exemplify the vision and legacy of Dr. King. A portion of this, of course, is done during the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. from Thursday to this observance on MLK Day. Since the presidential inauguration day on January 20th, 2025, we've been living during a time when Martin Luther King Jr.'s ideals of unity and equity are facing a political environment perceived by some as emphasizing division and exclusion. January 20th, 2025 is also MLK Day, when we celebrate strides toward unity and inclusion. The Martin Luther King Committee of Santa Barbara feels the need to reflect on the power of community, moral courage, and the ongoing need for activism that are embedded in King's philosophy by doing something to address and reverse trends towards inequality and injustice. Since January 2025, MLK-SB has been engaged in several positive actions designed to counter anti-justice and equity issues facing this community by doing things in the community. For instance, we participate in Juneteenth, Earth Day, and other local events where we have a table to discuss the situations and distribute MLK materials. This year, MLK-SB expanded its work into environmental justice through acknowledgement of underrepresented communities, exposure and vulnerability to environmental problems. For example, we did a survey in local African American churches which identified flooding as something that people are concerned about. So we collaborated with the Community Environmental Council to screen a documentary on flooding. In addition to this, in 2026, we will address the preserving of historical memory and strengthening community identity. There needs to be a response to President Donald Trump's signing of an executive order titled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History in March 2025, which directs the removal of what is termed improper ideology from national sites like the Smithsonian Institution and exhibits to local calls for schools to scale back emphasis on minority struggles and victims in the classroom. MLK's response to this is a planned May 26, 2026 community reception and auction of rare photographs of African American political, social, and cultural leaders, which will reinforce cultural pride, historical knowledge, and multi-generational connections. MLK Santa Barbara is proud of the strides we have made together this year. Our collective efforts have yielded progress. MLK's achievements and goals are not ours alone. They belong to every volunteer, donor, and advocate who dedicated their time, talent, and resources. The generosity has made our mission possible. I just want to name a couple, like thanks supporters like the County of Santa Barbara, Fund for Santa Barbara, James S. Bauer Family Foundation, and the Arlington Theater. And for today, special thanks to the Santa Barbara Police Department for their efforts at ensuring that these events and programming are safe. We appreciate the community collaborations and support for our community efforts. 2026 will require all of this and more to respond and counter what is expected to be a politically, culturally, economically, and environmentally challenging year. We can move into the days ahead with faith in the future. In the coming year, our focus will be on strengthening local partnerships for a greater collective impact. As we move forward, I urge you to look for opportunities to volunteer your time and skills to MLKSB and or the broader Santa Barbara community, and stay engaged by participating in our upcoming events and advocacy campaigns. They'll be listed on our website. So thank you for your dedication to making hope a reality, and together we will continue to bend the arc of the moral universe towards justice. We have an exciting, informative, moving program for you today, so thank you very much.